Hello, hacking tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Death Knights of Krynn with me, BlueAnkylo. For the first few minutes, we're going to cover a little bit of GoldBox companion feature that I finally worked out in between episodes, and then we'll get into the actual quests. So, if you pay attention to the channel and the videos, you might have noticed for a while there I had a problem with this Cloak of Displacement not working, and I had a workaround by just buffing up one of the bracers with +2 AC. Well, I fixed it. I figured it out. So, not to get into all the nitty gritty, but in case you are in the same problem where you want to edit your inventory, or you're just like, I want to add in 5 of those, you know, you could definitely do that. I will show you the basics of how you need to do that. So, because I certainly couldn't find an easy way to do this without just guessing. So first off, GoldBox Companion has an editor. I'm pretty sure I've shown this off to the future tubers before, but in case I haven't, this is the character editor. It's very easy to change your stats, classes, and everything, spells, learn. We're not going to mess with any of that right now. What we're specifically talking about right now is item editing. So this is the Cloak of Displacement. You can't really see them all, but there's drop-down menus with all of the different words. It reads them from the bottom up, Cloak of Displacement. So you can change the name of anything to anything if you wanted. It doesn't really affect anything in game, just the name. So if you want to call it the Cloak of Ice Storm, you could. It wouldn't cast Ice Storm, it would just have that name. So anyway, this is kind of a cool little thing. The type here is important. This is the ID of the item, and the game uses this to check what slot is in. So the shield is 37, Ring of Protection is 59, Hoopak is 67. So it's just like an ID number for that type of equipment, and you won't be able to equip 2 items with the same ID which have the same slot, basically. So I had to figure out that a cloak slot was 58. I didn't know that. And then the Cloak of Displacement also has +2 to your AC, or -2 to your AC, and +2 to your saving throws, which is also very nice. Cursed is, I think, just 0 or 1, like yes or no. Amount is like how many charges. Weight is how many pounds in weight, or how many steel coins in weight. And then value is the sell price. Properties are tricky, and I'm not sure exactly how they work. These are related to these numbers. Oh, just a sec. I'm going to explain the music too in a minute. We're playing a different playlist before, so I'm not going to be familiar with them very much. This is OC Remix playlist called Remixes from Obscure Games. So it's got some really cool stuff in it, but I don't know the games very well because they're obscure. This one, for instance, is, I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's Choujin Sentai Jetman Itsuku no Chikara, which is Area A. I've never played that game, but it's got a cool sound. Anyway, so point is, we're talking about save editing. So what I did to make the bracers was I took something that wasn't equipped. Like, I have the spare bracers of AC 6, and I'm like, well, I'll just change this to a cloak. You know, you can just change the name over to cloak. I can give it a bonus of 2, that's easy. I can change the weight to whatever I want, change the price to whatever I want. I did even look up in this list of different effects. Oh, I can see that 089 was the displacement property, so maybe that's what you need to put in one of these properties here. None of that would work, though. And I tried guessing what the cloak ID would be, but I didn't know the number. And therefore, I could never equip it without contradicting with something else. Like, a melee weapon or a, helmet slot or whatever. So the question would be, well, how would you figure out... Once you have one of these, you could just copy it. Easy enough, right? Like, once you see all these numbers here, I could just change this, you could buy a dagger or something, have a slot in your inventory, and just change it to a new Cloak of Displacement. I don't think there's a way to just add a new item here. So, each inventory slot needs a base item, which you can get in-game pretty quick. Well, the way to do that, and, I'm just going to show this all the way through, because this is definitely good to know if you're playing along. Over on that site where you got GoldBox Companion, you remember this site, right? There's a whole bunch of links here. Well, some of them are really important for what I'm trying to do. The file you need in this scenario is... Oh man, I lost it when I scrolled up. This one, formats.zip. So you download that, you get a zip file with a few folders in it. Inside of that, there's list of all the effects, list of all the character file. Like, you have to load it up for the specific game. So I'll just show you the one I was looking at here. My notepad. So this is the one I was figuring it out from. So this is the Death Knights of Krynn. Like, there's one file for each game per each, question. This is item files, item formats or something like that. Anyway, just spend some time reading through those. It looks a little scary, but it's not too bad. I found what a Cloak of Displacement was here. That's the actual in-game entry for it that I couldn't find. And then if you just pay a little bit of attention, you don't really need the properties so much. You need the DAX file records. And then keeping in mind that these are in hex, and you might have to convert hex to decimal. So 3A in hex is, we worked it out, whatever the item value is in the editor. Whatever I put in there, 58 or something. 3 times 16 plus A is a 10. So just add that in there. Anyway, sometimes you have to convert hex to decimal. Usually that's not too hard. You can also just find a calculator on Google if you don't know how to do hex to dec. And then you just put them in there in the save editor, and it'll work. And in fact, once you understand how this works, you could make your own custom items. Does the game not have enough longswords? Or maybe it's got lots of longswords, but you want to have, like, a spear plus 4. Well, you just got to find a spear, assuming there's a spear in here. Maybe there's no magical spears in the game at all, right? Well, you could buy a spear, and using the save editor, fairly easily look at, what kind of extras you want to add. You could add the plus 4 to hit, plus 4 damage. You could have a spear that has a chance to whatever, any effect in here. Essentially, you can mix and match around. Is all I'm trying to say. So you could make some weapons or armor that the game doesn't actually have, and add them in. There's ways to do stuff like that anyway. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and there's some some explanation how to do it here. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty. I'm just trying to say, look in this direction, and it should lead you to what you need to know. It might not cover every single thing, but it was all created by the guy that made GoldBox Companion, and I would say it's pretty much invaluable if you're trying to do save editor item edits, basically. Anyway, hopefully that covers the very basics there. I don't want to do any more than that, because I don't know much more than that. Okay, so with that done... Oh, I should probably pull that off the screen, too. Okay, back to the game. Sorry. But that's important, right? How to do stuff like that. So once I fixed the Cloak of Displacement, so now I've got an actual equipable +2 Cloak of Displacement that I can put anywhere. I decided, well, I've been a little bit lazy, and seeing as Rob was reclassed into a Cleric Mage between Champions and Death Knights, he should probably use Cleric gear. So I gave him one of my +1 shields. I had it in the storage. I gave him Aaron's +1 mace for now, because he can't really equip very much as a Cleric. And the plate mail. So he no longer needed the bracers. And the staff sling is good for ranged, but this will be his melee set. If he needs to fight in melee. And that will get his AC down to -4 when he is in melee, which is not bad, actually, compared to what he used to have. And unfortunately, the Ring of Protection doesn't stack with magical body armor. So I don't know if I've explained it before. Forgive me if I've done this 5 times. But Ring of Protections in this system, in this game anyway, the GoldBox games, only applies if you do not have magical body armor. It doesn't conflict with shields or helmets if you've got helmets or any other slot. It's specifically your body armor that's magical, doesn't stack with a ring. So, the displacement cloak, the -2 AC from that will always apply. The shields seem to always apply, but body armor, rings protections, they conflict. So basically, this is no longer of any use to us, because everyone has +1 armor, except now Jarrell inherited the AC 4 bracers. He used to have AC 6, but I had one of these better ones. So I moved that over from Rob, and I got rid of the cheated-in AC2 ones. But essentially, these two together are AC2 if you want. And because of that, that gave Jirao +2. And I just gave him the cloak for now. I can give the cloak to anybody. This is one of those anybody can wear really nice items. What I did do, though, was I gave Jirao the option of going shield and sword, which kind of loses us the Hoopak bonus, but it's a way to get that AC down in melee if we're in a tight spot, even further down. So that will get Jirao to a relatively safe position, and I could just trade the displacement cloak off and run like this, and then everyone would have like -5 AC or -4 or 6, you know, around the same amount. But for now, I'm going to try to stick with the Hoopak, and then when I'm in danger, we'll go shield. Also, if we get a bunch of +4 shields, this Hoopak's getting tossed in the trash, because that's just too much AC to turn down. I'm just going to throw this away, because I don't even want the money. I just get rid of it. But yeah, we got a better bracer. If I can get like bracers of AC 2 or even 0, if they exist, that would be pretty good for both of these guys as well. Or pretty much anyone, really. Those are really good. Everyone except Aaron. So Aaron, he's got that. He's the other, like, there's two characters that the Ring of Protections work for. Right now, his plate is not magical, although Solamnic plate is better than normal plate. It's not magical. So the Ring of Protection +2 adds to that, which is how he gets to such a low AC. And then Jirao, because he's got bracers, that's not the same as body armor. The Ring of Protection still adds to that. And shields would add in, and so would cloaks. So bracers are actually better than body armor if you can get a good enough set of magical bracers, because they don't contradict. Like, if you can get like, so bracers of AC 4 are, that's -6 normally. This is like ring mail tier or chain mail tier, something like that. If you can get plate mail tier bracers and you have any kinds of rings of protection, it's almost always better to go bracers plus ring, unless your plate mail is like +5, which is pretty rare. It's easier to get rings usually. Anyway, enough rambling. That's a little bit of in-depth GoldBox. So, where are we going today? 12 minutes in, and we're not even out of the outpost. So, I had a little bit of thinking time between episodes. There are essentially 3 things I think we could do, sort of, that we're sort of told to do. Dragon Pit, which is over here, although I don't know how you'd ever know that. The map we got from Sebastian here just said, go to the Dragon Pit. He didn't, and he has a little map that had like a secret wall on a cave. It doesn't say go to the northwest along the river or something. But anyway, that's where we have to go for that one, which is kind of a difficult, dangerous area, I would say. Dragons, right? The other options would be Cerberus, which is this tower, which is what one of the knights in the last episode at the very end, one of the big knights in Gargeth was like, hey, go talk to somebody in Cerberus. So that's a lot closer. It's kind of on the way. And also, the third thing, I think we could go talk to the knight captain in Calaman, because back when we started the Dream Merchant quest, and then the Dream Merchant, escaped back to Vingard, they did say, like, once you find the Dream Merchant, you should report back to us, because they were concerned about him being kidnapped by dragons or something anyway. So, we could check that out, and then check this out, and then if nothing happens, we can go to the Dragon Pit if we have to. There's still a lot of areas, of course, but I'm trying to do them as they tell us rather than, out of order. So, let's go. Oh, I did want to say one thing. I had a little thought. If I was redesigning this map, I would definitely change the mountains to be more of a thick line here, or start your outpost over a bit. I think the game, given the early quest is start here, go to Calaman, go to Vingard, then back to Calaman and maybe Cerberus at that point, and then start branching out from those sort of choke points. I think they shouldn't have put Dulcimer in the way, because you should find Cerberus before Dulcimer, and if there was like a thick mountain range along this sort of way, I think you'd naturally travel along the less mountainy direct. Like, when I first played this game, I thought this mountain pass was unpassable. There's obviously a diagonal step you can use, because I use it all the time now. But at first I'm like, I don't think I can go west at all. So I had to go up to here, and I'm like, well, this must be the passage. This is like the gap in the mountains. And I just ended up in the town. I think it would have been better if you couldn't get to the Lich's Town as your first point of exit. First point of entrance. So it'd be better if the game kind of led you towards Calaman, maybe Cerberus, because it's actually a safe town. Or in the early game, it's just a little town, nothing to worry about. Better than this dwarf town. And then after you've done some of the first couple visits, then if you want to walk further around the mountains or something, all the way around, then you can go to Cerberus or Dulcimer. Anyway, just rambling. I just, I think in a more modern game, they would have designed the map a little bit more in mind with how you explore, so you do things in the right order. I'm not really in the mood for a bunch of combat, but apparently I don't get a choice. Some humans decide... One human with a bunch of... Dang it, this is like the worst encounter, because I can't even fireball the skeleton warriors, or turn them or anything. What's the best way to do this? I don't know what the range on magic missile is. It's good. It's probably not this good. Okay, it's that good. Let's just try to maybe magic missile that punk down, because we don't want to get, slayed living by it. We did... Apparently... Wait, what happened here? Oh. They did implement that. I was wrong. In the last games, in GoldBox, in the Pool of Radiance, you did not have that effect. They were catching up here. You can't cast... Never mind, I made a mistake. Okay. You can't cast Mage magic with the plate mail equipped. Which is fair, but I definitely thought it was otherwise, because I'm sure we had fighter mages. It's fighter mage that must allow it, because Tim... Yeah, so cleric mage sucks. Because you can't use magic, like wizard magic, with plate mail on, even though the cleric lets you weigh the... What a weird interaction. Because all the fighter cleric mages can do it, but a just cleric mage cannot. Well, once we get to Dark Queen, I guess we'll be reclassing Rob. He'll pick up fighter levels at that point. Because we'll have to go Rob +2. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I would never have guessed that cleric mage could not wear plate and cast, but a fighter cleric mage could. You know what? It might actually be... I think this happened back in... This did happen in the Pool of Radiance. It might be because he's a human, actually, and not a multi-class race. I think... We can't check it in battle. But if we change him to half-elf, I bet you he'll be able to do it. I think that was the weird... There's like some weird flag in the code. Because humans aren't supposed to multi-class. Yeah, that's tricky. Anyway, I forgot about that. But it is coming back to me slowly now. Anyway, let's just get this done with. We should probably be like losing accuracy on such long range such long range attacks. There is generally a mechanic for lowered ranged accuracy at like long range, whatever the game considers long range, which is perhaps what we're at. And Durfee is still following us around for some reason. I thought he would have moved on by now. Okay, we'll do another magic missile then. There's really only one enemy that was dangerous, and now we're good. And I did move some weapons around, as you can probably see. +4... Did I talk about it on camera? I think I talked about it during the live, for the live tubers. I looked up the average damage of short swords versus long swords, just to see if it was worth switching to a short sword +4. Short swords do 1 to 6 damage against normal sized enemies. Long swords do 1 to 8. So they're very similar. The long sword is certainly better, but you know, they're almost the same. Basically, the average damage goes up by 1 if you go from short sword to long sword. So the long sword is better by 1 average damage. 1 point of damage on average. It's different against large enemies, because large enemies, you get even higher damage from long swords or two-handed swords, that kind of stuff. But at least against non-skeletal, normal-sized enemies, there's a 1 point of damage difference, basically, on average. And therefore, a magical bonus of 1 higher is actually better. So if you had a long sword plus 3 versus a short sword plus 4, you should go with the short sword plus 4, because you'll have the same average damage, just a lower max and a higher minimum, and you'll have a 1 extra hit rate, because you get both the plus 1 damage and the plus 1 to hit when you have a magic bonus. So in that scenario, the short sword plus 4 is our second best weapon right now. We have a long sword plus 4, which is our best. But once I realized that, I'm like, well, we can't not equip a short sword plus 4, even though it's short. I almost gave it to Jirao to be a thief that does backstabs with a short sword, which kind of makes sense for thieves, you know. But I figured... oh, that's a lot of gems. Wow, sure. Take some of those. I want Jirao to keep using the Hoopak for now. Let me just detect those. Just a mace. I am kind of in the hunt for a +1 plate mail. Okay, let's just keep traveling. I really don't care. I don't want to fight everybody. Okay, so let's do Kalaman first. See Knight, say hi. Let's just save it, and I mean, almost be better to like reload here rather than trying to walk out. We're just gonna zip over to the captain's quarters. I don't know if there's anything to say, but you know, we did say we'd come back after we found the dream vendor. At least the gangs remember not to mess with us. Okay, so city commander. Dane is out. Please return later. Well, so much for that plan. So Dane was the guy I wanted to talk to, and I did find the dream merchant that the you know, they arrested us for back in the day. Okay, well, we'll be back eventually at some point. It might just be a 1 or 2 quests off before we come back here. We're not done in Kalaman yet, but sadly, there's nothing to report, I guess. Well, let's go to the next tick-off point. It's the town of Cerberus. This is the main street leading into Cerberus. The common garden lie to the west, and to the east is a bustling farmer's market. So we had some friends in chat who really wanted to see... oh, they wanted to see a farm. Before we get too far, let me do a little tweak here. I'm going to just turn... Because it doesn't really matter other than role-playing wise, I'm going to change Rob into a half-elf that can normally be a cleric mage. I know half-elves are so generic in these GoldBox games, but I'm just going to do it. And next time we're in combat, I want to find out if that lets him cast magic again. I think it actually will. Now, you might notice, and this is kind of funny, I kind of like how they did this. So now he's a half-elf, just magically, you know, whatever. Hopefully that lets him wear his armor. It looks like we've already explored this area, right? On GoldBox Companion. This is the town's common garden. But there's no skeletons here, or zombies here. So, you know, a bustling farmer's bazaar. The smell of cooking fills the air, and vendors good-naturedly haggle with their customers. You face an ornate fortune teller's tent. You are in the tent of a fortune teller. It's empty, though. Wow, that's no fun. No undead skeletons or chickens. The main section of Cerberus. So clearly, when the Lich created Dulcimer, he directly copied this town. And all of the boring houses that have nothing in them are here. I'm pretty sure our knight captain back in Gargath told us to go to the house in the northwest, which has got to be one of these. Red door, important door. The cleric's house is empty. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the house we're looking for. He's just not in. All right. Should we? There should be. This should be like the inn or the tavern. Many townspeople are here, talking in small groups. Apparently, they don't want to give me any drink or talk to me. A friendly innkeeper shakes your hand. Welcome, warriors. Use my inn freely. Next time you win a battle, think of me. I was a warrior once before I took a... No. Don't say it. Okay. Save up. Keep exploring. Now, to be fair, I'm pretty sure all these little rooms are just empty houses, so... There was some cool gear up here in the Lich's town, which in turn is because, see, you were really supposed to go to Cerberus first, because then you would have known that this was the armory, and if the Lich duplicated Cerberus's armory, that would be a good reason to go there. The armory is protected by a magical barricade you can't penetrate. There's no way in. Yet. Don't give up. Oh, what was that? Oddities and collectibles. You are in a room filled with odd and useless devices. The shopkeeper is busy. Well, thanks. No one even talks to me in this dumb town. And this will just kick us out? Yeah. So in the other town, this took us to a forest of magic. But in this town, nothing. Alright, well, let's go to the town hall then. That's the only thing left. You're in the town hall. The mayor and the town elders are busy in a meeting. Private. This has been a really poor town, honestly. No wonder I didn't want to come here. Mayor's quarter is empty. Okay, there's secretly singing going on in the background. It's pretty quiet. I should turn the music up just a touch. But only if there's no singing. I haven't played this playlist before, so I have no idea how much is, you know, lyrical. Okay, let's keep going. Hey there, Exclusive. I'm glad you've enjoyed. Okay, it's what? It's like every second song has lyrics now. Blue complains about OC Remix with lyrics. The game. Alright, well, we were told to go here, but clearly whatever trigger actually opens this up has not triggered. So, hooray, we went to Cerberus. It was very boring. There is Dargard Keep. We're not going there right now. So, I guess we're going to head towards the Dragon's Pit, which is it in the manual or something? Like, how would you ever even know where this is? I'm just, rather than following a guide, like, how would you figure out this kind of stuff? If you were a 10-year-old Ankylo, how would you know where to go other than just stuff? No, it's not even in... Even if you had the manual, which you should have had, it doesn't tell you anything. It tells you where Cerberus is, and Calaman, Dulcimer, and all these places. You know, we haven't been to Throttle yet. It doesn't say anything about any Dragon Pit. And the journal entry we found, if you remember, is this one. Seba's map. Sebas. It's not even Seba. His name is Sebas. This does not tell me where it is. There's a chasm and a pit. This is terrible directions. I don't know how you're supposed to find this without just randomly wandering. Anyway, I know where to go if we can get there. I don't really feel like random battles right now. No escape. Okay, what do we get? Ooh, zombie minotaurs. Not too bad. AC 10. And a whole bunch of whites. Well, what I'll try is Tim is our best turner. Tim Turner. So we're going to delay until Tim gets his action. That was dangerous. I didn't think the whites would be able to reach us, but they did. He did not get hit. Please turn them. Oh, this is bad. I wanted him to focus on the whites. The Minotaurs are no big deal. Okay, I should just start the battle with turning. The whites can level drain, remember. The undead Minotaurs I'm not really scared of, but the whites, you know, that would be a really annoying time to lose a level. Because then I have to go cleanse it and we'd lose a bunch of experience. Okay. Somewhere around here. Clearly we're close to the dragon pit because if we wander around over here, there are 70 HP dragons just waiting to kill us. Well, this should be exciting. Always a great time when there's dragons. So, oh boy, Rob. No, you've got more than 70 HP. You can take a hit now. Oh, I was also going to check. Yeah, okay. Remember, the first time we tried, like a minute ago, I equipped the plate mail and then he could not cast magic. Well, I didn't change his class, because that really didn't make a lot of sense that a cleric red mage would not cast magic. I just changed his race, and for whatever reason, that lets him cast magic while wearing plate mail. It's really weird, really weird. Anyway, that's good. We can't get close enough. Like, it'd be nice to Stinking Cloud those two dragons on the right. We cannot get close enough to do that. What would be the next best thing? They're going to be immune to lightning. Could just fireball them, try to damage them out. Ugh. We're still too young for big groups of dragons. I don't like it. Alright, how much are we doing here? 20 damage, not great. Durfee can take a hit. Send him over there. Drow, can you get close enough to Stinking Clouds? Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. This is it. Okay, this might be enough to deal with two at the same time if we're lucky. Nope. Nope, that's 2 fails. That's not good. I think we should try Stinking Cloud on the one on the left. Oh, yeah, on the one on the left. 1, 2, 3. He should be able to hit it. I think. Nope. Stupid Stinking Cloud. Alright, well. There's not much else we can do against Lightning Breath, so prepare to probably reset the game, because I was not able to, kill any dragons on the first turn. Here it comes. Durfee, 70 hits. Wow. And if you had the haste spell, you might have a way of, or not the haste spell, the heal spell. You might have a way of, like, recovering between attacks, but... I think I'll just try to split up and just hit him with some more damage, because at this point we're not going to be... Well, I don't think we're going to kill them right like this, but hey. Not very good. Okay, Thor got his saving throw, so half damage. Drow got his saving throw, so we survived a turn. Next turn starts here, so... How much have we dealt? About nearly halfway dead on those two dragons. I just wish I had some... Other than fireball spam, I wish I had some kind of solution for this, but... There's nothing, really, like... Yeah. It's kind of boring, but there's nothing else I can really do. For this one on the left... I'm going to get into melee range, but I'm just going to Stinking Cloud him, and hopefully that works. Also, it'll be a lot easier to hit him after he's... You know, even if we didn't technically one-shot him, it'll make it a lot easier to connect with melee attacks. We didn't kill either of them. That's not good. Well, we're going to be resetting for that, probably. I mean, we could just lose Durfee. I don't know if there's any reason to keep him alive anymore, but... Dang. They just had too much distance on us. I couldn't get close enough. Wow. Technically, we'd survive other than Durfee. I guess I could just raise him from the dead. Do I care enough about his constitution? Not really. Wow. Thanks, dragons. I mean, that's a much better experience for the fight, but we get some money out of it. That'd probably pay for the resurrection cost. Maybe. Well, I'm not going to save it until I find out if I can do what I'm thinking. So someone at a high level cleric is going to have to go remove your level 5 spell and then add not that, but raise dead. And then we got to go fix. Oh, it just did it automatically. Maybe because I had it memorized? No, we didn't actually memorize it. I guess if it's in your spell book, it'll just automatically get cast. Well, that'll teach me. Then there's no point in memorizing it everywhere. Because fix just cheats. Interesting. Well, resting was a bad idea, that's for sure. What do we get this time? Hey, black dragons. They're not as bad. I mean, they're bad. They're just not that bad. So I guess I should have saved it after the success. Clearly we're in dragon territory, though. Great place to grind some levels, no doubt. Now, black dragons have a... is it acid breath? I forget. Where's all my stinking clouds? Tim, aren't you supposed to have a whole bunch of stinking clouds? Did I just waste them all? Didn't have a time to memorize them back? Okay, we'll just try to get Durfee out of the way. He doesn't have enough HP. So we're not making a lot of progress today just yet. Okay, we got that one. We're not going to kill it with one bow attack. Oh, good. It's dumb. Okay, let's just kill it. These guys aren't nearly as bad as the blue dragons, I don't think. They might not even have a breath attack in this game. I'm not even sure. Anyway, they're much lower AC and HP, so... Also, they're barely worth any XP even. Okay. Try to get those spells back. And then... we'll have a look at Durfee, who I've permanently stolen his constitution. Ah, this poor guy. The thing is, at level 12, he does not get constitution on his level ups anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Although we could have failed the... as his constitution lowers, the chance to raise dead does go down a little bit, so... it's not all good, but it's fine. Okay, seeing as there's dragons here... and there's a cave on the side of the mountain. Is this what we're looking for? You have entered a musty cave. The air smells of things long dead. Is this supposed to be spooky? This is Maya. She's a friend, right? A rush of air announces the arrival of Maya. She stands before you in her elven form. I see you have tracked down the corrupting influence which has possessed Sir Carl's body. There are many other entrances, but they are warded against the living. I appreciate your help, but it is I, and I alone, who shall return my beloved to rest. I mean, she's got a valid claim here, given that her boyfriend got turned into a Death Knight. And hey there, Blood Angel. But, you know, we need to go here for our quest for the Sebas guy, whatever his name is. The cleric from the last town. Sorry, oh, suddenly big yawn. Ha! Anyway, let's look around. You have reached the edge of a steep precipice. The tunnel continues on to the side, but it's too wide to jump. I shall cross over here. I can faintly sense Sir Carl. Take the path that Sebas indicated, and we shall soon meet again. You can find no way across. Well, thankfully, our buddy told us about a secret entrance somewhere over here. You locate the door in the west wall. And now the background has changed. The door opens up into the crumbling remains of some long-buried building. Through the dust, you can make out the symbol of Takisi. Bad news. Wights are stalking about the decomposing body of a knight. Suddenly, the body shudders and twists. The knight's form darkens into a wight. It spots you and howls, "More to slay. More, more." So there's a whole bunch of wights here. That's not very good. Tim, this is your time. Alright, good battle. Looks like Durfee's still supposed to be with us, seeing as he's got cutscenes. This was Sir Bregan, who disappeared on patrol some days ago. At least we have given him the piece of death? Does turning undead when they're not destroyed kill them, or do they just run away? Wait. We just postponed the encounter. No XP. No reward, nothing. But wights can drain your level, so hey, no negative effects. Well, we'll do some mapping. Huh, lots of just empty areas. Unmoving skeletons, for now, lean against the grimy walls. Supported by rusting chains, you cough on a cloying dust. At least you don't take any damage. Ah! The Dreadwolf walks out of the thin air. Have you come to die? Your pretty, pretty dragon has fallen. Run away and perhaps you will survive. As the wolf disappears, others take his place. Harsh laughter fades with the beast. What do we get? It's just 4 skeleton warriors. Do you know how many skeleton warriors we fought in that last episode in the crypt? More than 4. Okay, we got all the wights. I think we could get a backstab here with a little bit of maneuvering. Don't worry, he'll be fine. Alright, Hoopak. Now, we could switch to the short sword, but blunt weapons are better against skeletons. How come that was not a backstab, and why didn't we even hit him? That was also not a backstab? What's going on? Does having a shield... No. Why are we not getting backstabs now? What's going on? I broke the game. I gave a displacement cloak to my thief. Which honestly should make backstabs even easier. Because enemies can barely even see you. Maybe I just had the turn order wrong. Okay, delay. I needed to delay one more person. That was... Wait. No, I did need... We're not ready yet. Okay, this would be a backstab, but I have to take a hit to do it. There. Okay, backstabs still work. I just, you know, didn't set it up right earlier. It's all good. Okay. Well, we found something. The cracked and stained altar shows little sign of recent use. One tile can be slipped aside, revealing glittering treasure. The party gains a little bit of experience. And we find some jewelry, some gems, and some money that we don't really need, but we'll pool it anyway. I mean, we'll share it anyway. That's the word. And then, ooh, magical equipment, most likely. Detect magic? It's all magical. So we've only got one white mage. We'll give him the white mage scroll. Thornum is our more clerical dude at the moment, so we'll give him this cleric scroll. And then shield and plate mail. So I think Pixel needs better armor, body armor. And then shields are just good for everybody if they're high enough levels, so excellent. Well, good catch there, a little bit of magical gear. Hopefully none of that's cursed inside of a cursed altar, but let's just equip it. Okay, so yeah, we'll do the shield first. So we're at -4. So it's a +2 shield. So it's not good for Pixel, but someone else can use that. And then the plate mail, how would I tell? Well, if we go, I think I should probably compare it to someone who's got plate mail, just so it's easier. I think banded mail's like +1. It's one armor class less than plate mail, but it'll be easier to compare on Tim probably. Alright, so -5 AC. Test this stuff out. Ooh, that's really good. So that's +3 plate. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Alright. We've got +4 shield here. This is not allowed, though. Dizzy the Adventurer mix. Sorry, no singing. Next up is The Legend of Heroes, though. I've heard good things about those games. So who do we give all this new armor to? We've got a +2 shield here. A +2 shield here. A +4 shield here. Okay, we actually are at, like, almost everyone has a +2 shield. So, Aaron gets another upgrade. Because he's up in the thick of it. And then I guess Pixel gets the armor, because, yeah, that'll get rid of his banded armor, which means he'll go down to 9 movement, but it's fine. We could swap that around to Thor, but Thornum's got the +4 shield. I mean, I like to have people with similar ACs, but it's fine. It's gonna alternate a little bit every now and then. I don't think we need banded mail on anyone. It's definitely still fighter armor. It's not going to be as good as plate +1. I could have given the banded mail to Rob. But at this point it doesn't matter, it's too late. I could have given that plate +1 to Pixel earlier, but whatever. Okay. We got a little bit better AC for a couple people. Let's save up. Let's not save up. Let's take a little break here while Blue struggles against stupid passwords. Rulebook, page 2, word 10. And. That's all it is, just and. And then what? We finally save. Alright, so let's finish. Well, finish, I say. There's always more to find. Let's continue exploring. So, if this was just an altar with a, a forced encounter and a bit of magic gear, we've got this door, which seems like kind of a prison cell with nobody in it. Maybe I should have... I'm not doing this very often, but, you can definitely switch to search mode. You spend more time, but I don't leave that on very often. I don't think to use search to check. The cloying scent of recent corruption assaults your nostrils. Huge, shadowy mounds lie across the dank corridor. Save for the silence, they are reminiscent of sleeping dragons. Huh. Well, there's other types of dragons. Some of the huge shapes begin to move. Yeah. So that's an undead dragon? Oh boy. Okay, I don't think they get a breath attack, but this is time to lay down some fireballs, because we're not going to be able to stinking cloud them. Hey, Thorinum. Well, the longsword +4 is awfully good, but why don't we try some flame strike? Okay, this is safe. It won't hit... What's his name? Durfee, and it will hit all three. 23 damage, nothing crazy. I'm gonna spam a couple fireballs here, though. Might not need to, but a lot of the other dragons, I'm assuming, will be fire immune. $23 damage flame strike, not bad. If only we had dragon lances. Okay, he hit for 24. Let me just check the stats here for interest's sake. So, Undead Dragon, he gets 2 1d8 damage attacks. And wait for it, 1 6d6 damage attack per round. So, 2 1d8s are small, it's like a longsword hit. That's nothing. And then a 6d6, up to 36 damage on a single strike. He has a FACO of 12. Which isn't that good. But, yeah, he definitely hits hard. But, dragons be gone. Not even very much experience. Might want to save. Looks like something bad. Entering disturbs the huge shapes in the temple. I mean, are we really surprised? Surrounded by them. Ugh. Alright. Yeah. This might be a good time for haste, honestly. Oh, I can't hit 3. I thought I was going to hit all 3 with that. Well, if we can kill 2 with fireballs... 42 damage is a good roll. Just keep spamming fireballs. Now, Fire Touch could work good here. You put Fire Touch on someone and let that stack up. Okay, Aaron, you're going to be on distracting this one. You've got -9 AC. It can barely hit you. Yeah, Tim's pretty good with -5. Not enough damage there. Okay, Thor, kill one. Okay. Maybe we go with some melee battles here, just rather than spamming magic, because I'm expecting a lot of dragons down here, and these guys don't have breath attacks, which means they're not anywhere near the worst of the dragons we're going to fight in a dragon pit. So people with really good AC should be fairly safe. And most of my melee fighters are pretty darn good AC these days, so... This is why we spend so much time buying fancy gear or setting it all up. Short sword's not the best choice against a big dragon, but... Alright. Just be careful that they can do 36 damage on a single attack. Their maximum damage in a single round is 8, 16, plus 36. They could do over 50 damage if they hit 3 times, so... Alright, we're just clearing out some dragons. Chained to the wall is a red dragon. It snarls as you approach. I am Spark, Master of the Flames. I was wrongly charged with cowardice and placed here to die. It wasn't my fault. Free me before they turn me into the undead. Can we ask you some questions? The dragon hisses. This is quite unseemly. I know that Sir Carl is just east of here, but you'll have to go south and double back. Alright, you can go. You strike free the chains. It stretches out its wings and sighs. Ah, thank you, mortals. Also, thank you for the snack. No, really? An honorable red dragon? We free it from its chains, and it just flies out? I mean, red dragons are evil, but I guess they're self-serving, so he doesn't want to stay here any longer than he needs to. He just gets out of town. I shall be on my way, he sails off. Okay, everyone gets a little bit of karma there. More undead dragons. Are they lawful or chaotic? Probably chaotic evil. The lawful evil dragons would be... maybe the blue dragons? They're probably more like... I don't know. I'd have to look up some old charts. I don't think red dragons are lawful, though. Pretty sure they're not. Okay, we're going to try to just melee these guys. See how that works. I should have waited for them to come to me. Oh, this guy's coming from the south end. Alright, Thornum, you just guard the mages. Oh yeah, you can have some help from Durfee. And then this group will try to burst this guy down. These guys, not that bad. I think like the first time they attacked, like Pixel took a big hit or something, but honestly, ever since then, they haven't managed to connect again, so. Alright. Just working our way around. We're fairly close to the entrance where Maya flew over the gap, I think. The dragon you released lies in a smoking pile. The scent of ozone is strong in the air. The cave ends in an open mouth, but the air seems to shimmer. No, no, no. Hold on, hold on. No. You wisely step back from the magical ward. Yeah, whoever wants to stick a hand... Like, you can throw a rock in it. Maybe, a stick, if you want to throw a stick through it. But let's not put your hand through the thing that turned a fully adult red dragon into ooze. Because that's probably disintegration of some sort. Just gonna say that's not a safe way to do this. Okay, we got a couple different doorways. Skeletal warriors are grooming nightmares. That's a lot of enemies. Mostly nightmares. That's a lot of nightmares. Wow. Alright. Now, nightmares are not immune to fireball, right? Well, this is why we brought all the fireballs, stuff like this. I mean, you're not going to hit every single one, but... maybe it would have been better to wait till they grouped up a little bit, maybe. Well... it did roll enough damage to kill them, but, you know, they got some saving throws. Let's just move up there and kill some of these. He says, not killing any of them. Okay, well, this only hits 3 more, but... okay, I recognize this song. What's this? Elemental Master Flaming Hearts. Dance of Flame. What game is this from? It's either got other games in it or... it's something I've played. Oh, it's Chrono Cross that's mixed in. Yeah, that's what I'm recognizing. the comment saved me. Like, this is something familiar. I forgot how annoying these nightmares are. Very difficult to hit. That's why we opened with all those fireballs. -4 AC means we're at maybe 50-50 to hit. If we're lucky. And then if you're blinded, it's much worse. But I believe that kind of smoke blindness just lasts for a turn. I think. So we focused those guys down first because they were blinding us. And then we switched to the skeletons after. There we go. 40 damage backstab. That's what I want to see. Ah, Pixel taking some hits. Oh, I could have done a backstab there. Bad. What's the hit rate? What's the THAC0 on these guys? This is crazy. We seem to get hit an awful lot. They have a THAC0 of 11? How are they? They get 2 attacks per round, which high damage. They've got like a great sword, so 1d12 is very high damage. A THAC0 of 11 according to GoldBox Companion. Versus someone like... well, maybe he's considered blind still. Is that what's going on? No, he's still got -7 AC by the display. If he's blinded, it's probably like, you know, 4 less than that. Like, it's maybe only -3. But if it was -7 AC, a THAC0 of... what did I say there? Hold on. Math time. 11. Wow, he should barely be able to hit. 11 versus -7 is 18 out of a 20-sided dice. So he needs like... he's got like he's supposed to have like a 15% chance to hit. Apparently that's not what's happening though. Maybe the blind... must have been the blind. I don't know how much the blind AC penalty is, but I bet you it happens like behind the scenes where it doesn't show you the numbers. Still enough for me to be like, alright. Fix. You have entered a deteriorated barracks filled with skeletal warriors. Turn. Turn. Dang it. You know what? For the first time in a long time, lightning bolts. I don't even care about the whites. We're gonna turn them. They did not turn yet. Turn, please, Tim. What is going on? We've had really good success turning these before. Time for fireballs. Good thing I saved recently. I have to target this line. It's only going to miss the one in the top left. We really need to kill these whites. We really need to kill these whites. I can't believe the lightning bolt didn't even hurt the skeletal warriors. That's nonsense. Okay, we're fine now. None of our turning worked, and certainly the lightning bolt did not work, which is just dumb. It appears that skeletal warriors are basically just immune to all magic, which is... I don't know, I'm not a fan. Pixel's getting murdered again. Dang it. He does have 3 that can attack him, so... I have to look these guys. We're gonna look these guys up in the monster manual after this battle, because I didn't think there's anything that said they were. I know it says they're immune to fire, but I don't remember ever reading anything about immune to lightning. And that was such a good lightning bolt. Backstab even. Okay, hold on. Monster manual. I got you ready for this. Ooh, Eye of the Beholder 2, the Myth of Darkmoon. It's even appropriately themed. Okay, wait, where'd it go? Did I accidentally close it? Okay, just a second, ready? Search wizard. Monster manual. Share screen. Okay, we're looking for skill. This guy? I think it's just this guy, right? He's everywhere. 1d12 plus 3, 2 attacks per turn. Base Thaco is 11. That's not that high. You know, looking at his stats, you wouldn't think he was that bad. But they... Oh! That is garbo. 90% magic resistance? That's insane. It's a magical creature constructed by magic, necromancy, right? To raise the dead. And it's immune to magic. I mean, what's the point of being immune to fire when it's just immune to everything anyway? I guess, see, it's like this immunity to fire, that's not even immunity to fireball. It's immune to the fire damage you might get away with fire touch, like enchanting your weapons with fire to do a little bit of bonus damage. So you can't even take advantage of that. This weapon, this enemy sucks. Like, this is fine. Immune to fire, but only a 0 magic resistance. It also, one of these flags, I can guarantee it, is immune to turn. They just didn't, you know, in GoldBox Companion, they don't know what these flags are yet. I can basically guarantee one of them is immunity to turning. Dang, that's... Okay, well, you know, we're learning. So any magic, even the lightning bolts, which I thought was a good idea, didn't work. Well, they're not immune to me full healing between every battle. No one can beat that trick yet. Alright, well, let's just start checking these rooms. We are overtime again for the future tubers, but we're nearly done this place, I think. Or we're done. You come upon Sir Carl, he snarls. So the moss approach the flame. I am busy, lest I would slay you now. Flee and live until Takisi returns to this world. I wonder what happened to Maya. She should have probably stuck with us. Sir Carl pauses at the corner. Since you seek death so avidly, so be it. Wolf, dispose of this carrion. The evil beast forms before you once again. I have warned you of the foolishness of your quest. Now Soth has asked that I make his view more clear. Its muscles ripple beneath the fetid flesh. Okay. That's a lot of something. So many skeletal warriors. Boss battle. Dread Wolf. Okay, let's have a quick look at his stats in the editor here. Holy crap. So not only does he have an AC of -6 and a THAC0 of 3 and a bunch of flags that we don't know what they do. He gets 4 attacks per round at 3d6 and 2 attacks per round at 4d8. So that's a total of 6 attacks every round, and each one can do either 3 to 18 or 4 to 32. He could kill anyone in a single turn, even Aaron. And his THAC0 is 3, which means -7 AC would be a 50-50. So out of 6 attacks, he'd probably hit 3 of them, which would do on average probably around 60 damage. If he gets lucky, he does enough to kill you. If you're averagely lucky, you might survive a single round with like -7 AC. So that's bad. That's real bad. This guy is definitely more trouble. So what are we doing here? Well, this is when we're gonna pull some other tricks off, I think, for sure. I'm probably gonna be using Aaron, and he's got -9 AC. I can probably get him to -11 versus evil. We could fire touch somebody, or fire shield, or haste. So many good spells. Is it only adjacent? I might mix one person. Oh, we got everybody. Okay. Fully hasted. What else have we got? I got so many spells. We're going to bless up before we get into combat here. Because you can't bless once you're engaged. Let's put a prayer up. Let's... What else we got? There's a bunch of whites up there. We definitely want fire touch on people, though. Alright. Now, I don't have protection on evil on the whole team, but... They're coming. So, fire touch goes on... Well, I guess Thorinum for now. Thorinum is covered in flames. Did I do prayer? I don't think... What did I cast? 1 protection from evil, bless, 1 fire touch. Is Tim casting prayer? He must be. We can put protection from evil with a radius. Yeah. There's the prayer. Protection from evil with a radius. I'll just cast it on... well, Aaron's got it on himself, so I'll put Thornum as he's going to be in the middle here. Are you kidding me? Pixel immediately has his level drained. What's the THAC0 on these stupid whites? I should have turned undead earlier. They have a THAC0... What? They have a THAC0 of 15? And Pixel got hit with -7. So they must have rolled 20 out of 20. It must have been a 5% crit. Sort of, kind of feel. Ugh. I don't like that one bit. Well, I'm not reloading yet, but that sucks. Fire Shield for reflect damage might be the real winner here, actually. Doesn't really matter what element. Oh, is it single target? I meant... Can you... I thought you could cast Fire Shield on an ally. Maybe I just mismenued there. But putting that on whoever gets killed by the dark dog would have been nice. What else do we got? More Fire Touch. Sure. Tim could use it. What else we got? Dispel Evil. The thing might be considered... It's possible the Dreadwolf is considered a summoned enemy. In which case, Dispel Evil will ruin his... But let's get rid of these whites. It's too important. Alright, well, let's start fighting these things first. Oh, I actually don't have a mace on Aaron anymore. So. We're all hasted, so, you know, we're pretty good at this. Okay, Thornum has Fire Touch. So let's put it on Tim. So I think we're done casting magic for Thornum now, for now. Let's just see how this looks. Not bad. Lots of bonus damage, I like it. Okay. Could put Fire Shields on more... I thought I could put Fire Shield. Hold on, I'm just gonna real quickly, I know we're... It's big fancy boss battle at the end of a long episode. I thought Fire Shield had a range of 1. I'm just double checking in my manual here. Fire Shield, Fire Touch, Range Touch. So you just have to touch someone. Oh no, that's Fire Touch, not Flame Shield. Fire Shield, range 0. Oh. I thought it was different in the other games, but apparently Fire Shield is self-cast only. It's not as good as I thought then. Unless, like, if you're a fighter mage, it's awesome. But if you're just a pure mage like Rob, not meaning to get into the mess of it, not great. Okay, I would like to try to slow it when it gets closer. That's on my list of things to do. Probably magic missiling it. I don't think it has any spells, or I wouldn't expect it to. We got that white up there. Okay, let's, yeah, we'll just zap that. I figured it would probably bounce back and hit it twice if it survived, but there's still a couple whites up here around the corner. It's kind of nice it got stuck up there, honestly. So that's good for us. Okay, so Tim is ready to go. I haven't cast Dispel Evil yet, but he's got most of the buffs. Let's start killing these skeletons. It's pretty good. Aaron? Okay, it's come around the corner. We could cast magic on it now, or at least try. I don't know if it has a ton of magic resistance. We do have another Fire Touch here. We could put that on Aaron. Or we could enlarge someone like Aaron. Physical damage. Let's try to get that fire touch. While we're hasted, it seems like a really good combo. Because it's extra damage per swing, which seems to work. Eh. No one's taking any damage yet. You just hold off there, Durfee. Alright, Aaron, that's 3 people with fire weapons. And then we're going to start trying to spam some magic missiles on this guy. We're going to find out if he's magic immune pretty quick. He's probably magic immune. Well, our damage output is fairly insane right now. Hasted fire touch for most of the team. Okay, I have to check the manual again. What's the range on slow? Questions I never thought I would need to look up. Range is long, 9+ level. That's almost as good as magic missile. And well, almost as good as fireball, actually. And it's a 4x4 square, assuming it works correctly. Okay, go. We're gonna hold position, probably. We'll cast Dispel Evil here. So if this works, if it hits, it will. He might be immune to it, but if this works, it would slow his movement down and halve his number of attacks. He's unaffected, of course, but it would have been really cool. 1, 2, 3. He gets 6 attacks. He only hit half of them. All right, guys, time to focus on the Dreadwolf. Okay, Aaron, you're all buffed up. Let's, I gotta leave the shield on, right? I mean, I could go to the better sword. Screw it. Kill. Okay, that was really good. 2 hits. Took him down a lot. Thornum, you got a +4 longsword. No match for haste. Haste plus fire touch seems really strong together. Alright. Let's just clean up now. Alright. Tim definitely took some damage, but I mean, there's some problems. Pixel got level drained. Tim got well, smacked around, but he's doing okay. I was gonna go enlarge as well. We didn't get a chance to do that. I just want to see what that looks like. Okay, if you got any magic, sure, a little bit of healing. It doesn't really matter, but nice guard. Look at that. 3 hits in a row. When you're hasted and guarded, boy, do you get a lot of free attacks. Okay. Someone else with a full set of swings up there. So now, that spell, Enlarge, as we get higher levels, will give you more and more strength. But essentially, we've got a spell that gets someone to 21 strength now. Anyone can get 21 strength, which is pretty good. That's like our girdle of giant strength. It only lasts a few rounds, whatever that is, whatever the number is there. I can't even see it, but if you can zoom in on Aaron, you might be able to see how long he'll be enlarged for. Enlarge, hasted, fire touch, protection from evil. He's got some good stuff in there. He's also pretty fast. Well, that was pretty cool. 3,000 experience, except for Pixel, probably. And then a bunch of bonus experience. Actually, I think because we only had 1 level drain, maybe we didn't lose any permanent experience. But we do need to get that cleansed soon. The Dreadwolf lies at your feet. It moans, "My death will aid you little. Takisi will return me when she walks upon Krynn." The light fades from his eyes. Well, we're definitely going to be saving here. And I'm not going to rest because we've got all these cool buffs. And if we fight Sir Carl in the next, like, 5 steps, we start hasted. Maybe right here. We've got 1 turn of haste remaining. You come out into a courtyard open to the overcast sky. Fallen masonry makes the area ripe for ambush. Maya alights before you and transforms into her elven shape. Be wary, even though the opposite entrance lies the sleeping... Through the opposite entrance lies the sleeping death dragon. Have you seen Sir Carl? Before you can answer, Sir Carl steps forward, dragon lance in hand. Lovely, sweet Maya, it is time to join me in this everlasting twilight. Maya twists around and returns to her dragon form. She's not picking a fight with a very good enemy right now. Sir Carl thrusts the lance deeply. Just pausing the audio in the background. Thrust the lance deeply into her side. Maya staggers and cries out in agony. Then her powerful wings begin to beat, and she lifts off with Sir Carl still holding the embedded lance. So I don't know how much HP Sir Carl has, but she tanked that hit and flew off. As the pair disappear into the clouds and steal my dragon lance again, a roar issues from the far entrance. You thought one boss was all you'd get today. Nuh-uh. The death dragon is awake and rushes at you. Sure would be nice. We're still hasted for 1 turn, guys. We got this. This is over before it even begins. Don't worry. We got 1 round of actual hasting. And fire shield. I don't know if flame touch is still on. Most of the stuff. Let's have a look at our enemy. Negative 11 AC. I sure hope we've got some good Thaco. Death Dragon is going to be a little bit harder to hit than most things. So if you have a Thaco of, let's say, 4 against this guy, it'll be a 15 out of 20 to hit it. So 1 in 4. If you have a Thaco of like 10, don't even bother. Well, let's see how it goes. Aaron, charge! Get behind him. 20 damage out of 2 attacks, 1 hit. Could be worse. I don't know if he's magic immune. Let me just check his he gets 2 attacks at 1d10 and 1 attack at 3d10. Not as bad as the other guy. His offense isn't that bad. Let's split up, though. He might have a breath attack. And if he does, we're not going to survive it. Let's see if we can nail him with some magic missile. Yeah, 20 damage on that. It's pretty good. Tim, I hope you can hit him. Was there anything better? Probably not. Offense? Yeah, this is one of those rounds. Dispel Evil didn't work on it. Was that what it said? Did anyone read that? I thought I put Dispel Evil on Aaron, but maybe it was on Tim all along. Yeah, Tim has Dispelling Evil. It didn't delete him. He shouldn't be summoned anyway. Pixel, Tim's actually in really bad. Tim's not very well healed up, to be honest. So much spells. No time for that. $13 more damage. Durfree. 16 damage. Pixel takes 60 hits. That was a breath attack, but it didn't do full damage because we got a saving throw. It's got 120 HP, so we had the saving throw to survive. And Pixel got that save. But that was the reason... I mean, I don't know how much of this is still in effect. But you try to put protection from evil, which is maybe a saving throw, prayer, bless, whichever ones of those giving you a +1 saving throw, and then just pray. Okay, we survived one round. We should be able to kill it very quickly next round. Now, it still might get to go before we get to go on the second round, but we will get 4 attacks per turn next turn if it survives. Okay, this is the second round. Although last turn Thorna missed. Oh, the haste wore off. Dang it. We do not get 4 attacks. We get 2 attacks. You guys really need to kill it. Come on, magic missile. You never failed me before. 15 damage. Yes! Okay. Pixel surviving that breath attack. Getting a couple good magic missiles in there. Some first round hasted hits. Not even worth the experience. Dang. Silence descends on you as you look over the remnants of the battle. Suddenly, with a crash of thunder, the dragon lance crashes to earth. No sign of the 2 combatants can be seen. Wait, who'd I give it to? Bam! +5 weapon return. Back to one-shotting dragons we go. So much better. Alright. Congratulations. Bonus experience for everybody. Well, I mean, another hour-and-a-half episode. This is what happens when Blue gets sidetracked. I think that's all we're going to do for this one. Just double check. No, I've cleared out the map pretty well in here, honestly. Oh. Of course, this was a death dragon. Even once they're dead, they still want to hoard treasure. You have found the lair of the death dragon and gained 38,000 experience points. The most we've ever got in a single action. Oh yeah, that's some nice stuff there. Here, Thornum, how would you like some jewelry and some gems? We're just gonna leave the steel though. And what do we get? Okay, nothing super good. I was expecting better stuff, but detect magic just to guarantee it. So chances are the leather armor might be good for a thief, and the plate mail might be good for anybody. We don't need the steel though. Alright. Is that everything in here done? You find a coiled rope bridge next to a deep chasm. Okay, so now we can take the shortcut back. And we're back at the beginning of the area. Alright, well that is done. An obelisk stands here inscribed. For Maya and Sir Carl Gardson, the war is over. They have found the peace that was denied them for so long. The symbol of Paladin is carved below. Beyond a distant ridge, you note a streak of silver and one of gold rise into the clouds. So it seems like they killed each other, and that undid the curse. The dragon lance fell. Sir Carl was finally freed from his undead shackles. And that was the end of the 2 of them. Might have had one of those little paladin divine blessings help clear it out. Well, we definitely need to end the episode. All I want to do is rush into town. I'm going to try. We're going to save it. I just want to go very quickly into town, identify the stuff, level up Tim, and cleanse Pixel before anything else happens. Okay, good. We made it. We're not going to go talk to, what's his face? Does anyone remember where the temple is? Triad? Yes. So I don't think we can actually cast Restoration just yet. So this might be expensive. This is a pretty high level spell. There we go, he's back. So I think he lost a bunch of experience actually. Let's see, 362,000 on a triple class versus, oh man, he lost like 80,000 experience from that. Because we should have a total of around 1.3 million divided by your number of classes, and Aaron got a bunch of bonus knight experience in the game. So everyone should have, you know, for double class, 620,000, so that's 1.24 million. And the triple classes should be about the same. So I'm just gonna like change it to be the same as Tim, because the level drain is like, I understand the mechanic for level drain being a nasty penalty. I don't think it should permanently reduce your experience once you've gone back to town and restored. I think that's a garbage mechanic. So I am gonna fix that real quick here. Otherwise, I would have to reload every time level drain hits. And I'm pretty sure we got hit on a 1 in 20 anyway, which is just so dumb. I'm just going to say Tim's experience is exactly the same. We're going to copy over to Pixel. They might have had slightly different values before, but it's fine. Oh, yeah, we might want that money. Okay, Aaron's got way too much money. I'm just giving it to Thornham because he's going to give away our jewelry. I want my jewelry. We don't even need money. I know it's dumb. Alright. So with that, Pixel now has the same amount of experience as Tim after the dumb level drain mechanic. He doesn't actually get a level up out of that, sadly, but whatever. It's fine. I'm not salty about that. I'm just salty about the level drain XP garbage. Alright, quick level ups. There's really only one or two. I don't even know if Durfee can get a level up. It's kind of funny. Okay, let's see what we get. Tim is level 9 mage. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember saying I want hold monster when my white mage hits level 9, so we'll do that. Durfee does go to level 13, though. This is when he gets 2 attacks per turn. He'd be so much more useful now. Yeah, just like the FF1 ribbon mechanic. Well, good for Durfee. You're probably going to leave us soon, or die. I wonder if he's been stealing, like, 1/7 of the experience all this time. Probably has. Alright, and then I just need to find a shop. Any old shop will do. Tufts Loiter here. Wait, this is one of those areas I meant to check out, and then I didn't see it. When we come back next time, we'll check out some of these dead ends that I meant to do. Because there's a couple things we missed when we first explored this area. Right now, all I'm looking for is a shop. Not a bread shop. Not a candle shop. This'll do. Alright, so we picked up plate +2. We got some new scrolls. I don't like the idea that you have to pool your money just to borrow some pennies from your friends. Should not be a big deal. ID the short bow. So short bow +3 is good. Leather armor +3 is probably not going to be very good for our thief compared to the bracers. Plate +3, we knew that. I don't know. This is already ID'd, right? These are the something, I forget. There's your +2 shields. Is that everything? Just trying to go fast because it's been super long episode again. Seems like every episode's super long right now. Okay, I think that's everything. We can check that scroll out. I'll give the plate mail to somebody that needs the +1 AC. All right. Pool, share, exit. Have a quick look at the scroll. This is a new scroll. Oh, I had some... Well, this is convenient. If someone dies, we can resurrect them, and they won't lose Constitution with this spell. And we do have 2 restoration scrolls, so we could have... I could have undone the drain undead, the drain levels right there, but only because we just happened to have the scroll that would do it. Oh, I guess I had a spare. Whatever. It's easy to forget those spells. And then my poison scrolls. Okay. And then I got the white mage scrolls. So we can scribe... I didn't need to learn hold monsters for Tim, because he could just scribe it in from here. But I think that's like all 3 of the level 5 spells that a white mage can learn. So we would have needed to not learn a level 5 spell and just picked up another level 4 spell or something if I'd known that scroll was... I guess I should have scribed the scroll before I got the level up spell. Oh well, I didn't think it would be all the level 5 spells. So just for interest's sake, -5 AC. Yeah, it's not even close. Leather armor's garbage. Well, it's because the ring will contradict. Yeah, it's because the ring doesn't work. If you could go leather armor +3 and the ring, it would be fine. But -1 versus -2, it's not as good as the bracers. And then because the bracers add with the ring, and I've got a good ring, it's not enough. Is there anything else to check out? I think that's it. Yeah, I'll just move the plate mail around later. So there's that short bow plus something. We can give that to somebody. And I'll probably rearrange Aaron's weapons now that he's got the Dragon Lance. Someone else can have the longsword, because it's a 2-handed weapon +5. A 2-handed weapon +3 is not necessary. Okay, I'm going to call that an episode. I know this one did go super over time again, but I was having a fun time and I wanted to clear that dungeon, so we cleared that dungeon. Next time, we'll go back to Sebas and see if we're friends now after... well, we didn't kill Sir Carl, but he's dead, and the Dreadhound is dead, so we've definitely made progress in our main quest. Lord Soth is still out there doing bad stuff, but that was our first, like, significant progress. We may have lost Maya. We did recently rescue one of the Knight Commanders, Sir Garen or Warren. So all in all, we've had some decent successes. I'll see you guys next episode after I mess with this. Thanks for watching, Future Tubers. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.